This is Max Payne Griffin, UFC welterweight, and you are watching Cage Side with Christopher James.
What happens if you lose, Nick?
Who the hell is Aquaman?
I get Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles, I get sausage biscuit. Maybe you guys will see a little footage of that later on because we got some good stuff.
Philip the Deuces. There you go, baby.
What's going on, boys and girls? Good evening and welcome to Cage Side with Christopher James. It is Monday night. That's right, Monday night after a great big fight weekend where we had some interesting events take place. We had BKFC 25, we had Bellator, we had PFL. Oh my goodness, what else do we have? We had Bellator, we had PFL, we had Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, and we had UFC 274 all this weekend. We're going to jump into a couple of things about some of these events. We'll jump into BKFC 25 first. And main card, there's some interesting fights on there. One of the fights I really, really enjoyed was Jack Claffey taking on Rick Caruso. Rick Caruso came in on a day's notice, basically, or 2 days' notice, whatever it was. He flew in, day of the weigh-ins, I believe, weighed in, and then fought the next night. He took an L. He was winning the fight, but he took an L. Jack Claffey came on and showed, and Jack Claffey is a former WWE superstar, and he came out there to show that he is taking this very, very seriously, and we were actually very happy to see that, because you just never know. Sometimes these guys do publicity stunts, and we don't want publicity stunt fighters. We want fighters that are there to actually, go out there and put on a show. And Jack Claffey came to put on a show because he was getting worked at the beginning of the fight, but he stood up to the test and he put on a show, and we were very excited for that. Not just me, when I say we being the fans of the sport. It was absolutely awesome to watch him come back there and show that he is dedicated and committed to doing this. I believe he also had some amateur MMA experience and boxing experience as well. So, he came in and showed up and showed out, which was awesome. When you think about it, a guy that used to do, like I said, professional wrestling, you always wonder, these guys coming in, we've seen some professional wrestlers come over, Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley, Jack Swagger, these guys all came over and tried their hand at it. CM Punk. Now, CM Punk ended up being a joke of a fight, but, whatever. It was still pretty cool to see him at least, have the balls to step in there and do it. So we are live tonight from the Cage Side with Christopher James studios. Happy to have you guys on board. Let's see. We got some comments coming on here. What's up, Chris? Looking forward to a fire show today. Love you some Cage Side. Thanks, Forrest. I appreciate that. As always, man, Forrest, my number one fan. And he also gives me some good stats sometimes, so we appreciate that as well. Plus, he's excellent at picking fights. So we move on from Claffey. We move up to the rest of the main card. Jay Jackson, who's going to be on our show later tonight, defeated Terry Janoski via KO, right straight, left hook combo, 32 seconds of round number 5. So here's a guy, Jay Jackson, who hasn't had the best results in BKFC, but he keeps coming back for more. And I tell you what, he looked awesome the other night. It was like we were watching a new guy step into the ring. I almost said octagon. Oops. So he is 1-2 at bare knuckle now. And we were happy to see him get a win. But I'm telling you, man, he lost a decision in his he was 2-1. I'm sorry, he lost a decision in his last bout to Isaac Doolittle, and then he won via KO TKO in round 1 or round 3 of his first bout with BKFC on BKFC 19 Van Zandt versus Ostovich, taking on Damon Bell. Now, even that performance was okay, but this performance we saw from him the other night absolutely made me feel like I was watching this guy for the first time inside the squared circle of BKFC. If you guys watched the fight card, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you've seen Jay fight before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Hang on one second, guys. I'll just pull up some info here real quick. Just had to have all my ducks in a row. You know what I'm saying. Baby beast mode. All right. So, Forrest, my anxiety is doing well, man. No, Forrest, 2-1 with the decision loss. He's 2-1. So, my mistake. I thought he was 1-2. I read that backwards. Pardon me. But he had an excellent performance the other night, man. We're going to talk to him about it and find out what exactly brought on this change. Then we move on to the co-main event: David Mundell, the Redneck, versus Julian Let Me Bang Lane. Julian moved up in a weight class to do this, and I'm going to tell you, this was a different fight from Julian Lane. He took an L. We didn't see that same aggressive, go forward, let me bang style that we're used to watching Julian Lane fight. But he did come out there and work hard with David Mundell. Mundell, is, I believe, undefeated at BKFC. He just looked like the number one contender that, he's listed as right now. So, and we're going to try to get him on the show next week. By the way, next week I'll have the champ Arnold Adams on the show, the reigning, defending, undisputed world heavyweight champion of BKFC. So he'll be joining us on the show, and which leads into this next bout. Arnold Adams defeated Dylan Kleckler via KO, right hook and a right straight at 34 seconds, round number 2, defending his BKFC belt. Kleckler came out, dropped Arnold early in the first. Arnold got it back, late in the first, and then Arnold came out and went to work. Dylan, put up a statement, saying that he went for the kill too quickly, and that isn't to take anything away from Arnold Adams, because Arnold Adams came out there and did the work that he needed to do. But he just, he said what happened to him as far as, his game plan and what he tried to implement, and he didn't quite follow his game plan. So he said he'll be back stronger and better than ever. And, those that support him, I know you believe in him, and he appreciates the support that he gets from everybody out there. Now we move on to UFC 274. And, man, what a night of action in the UFC. A great night of fights all the way across the board. We're not going to go over the whole card. We're going to go over some cards. Of course, we were very disappointed that Donald Cerrone suffered food poisoning after eating tacos at a local restaurant in Phoenix after he weighed in for his fight against Joe Lozon. They're going to try to rebook this fight, although there are some people saying that Donald Cerrone might not want to make the jump back down to 155. It's been a while since he's fought at 155, and, as you get older, it's harder to make that weight cut. So we will see if Cerrone wants to come back and run it back at 155. Who knows? Maybe Lozon will move up to 170. I don't know. But this is a fight I was really excited about seeing. However, we were gypped because of bad tacos in Phoenix. You guys in Phoenix, get your shit together. Don't get the fighters sick. Damn it. Randy Brown, because of Cerrone and Lozon being canceled, Randy Brown and Chaos Williams moved up to the main card. They opened up the show. I had picked Chaos Williams to win this fight, but Randy Brown came out there and put on a clinic that night and really showed the improvement. Randy Brown's been around for a long time, but he's still a pretty young guy. And he's 15-4 now. He took the decision, after a well-fought fight. What can you say? Cass Williams didn't deliver on what he wanted to deliver. And that's partially, if not totally, because of the game plan that Randy Brown implemented in the fight. He looked great coming in, working his jab. You know what really bothered me too, because the commentators, and I don't want to get on the commentators too much, but the commentators were talking about this huge reach advantage that he had. Randy Brown had 1 inch of reach advantage over Cass Williams. I don't know. He had a lot longer legs, but reach, arm reach, 1 inch. So don't make a big fuss about it, guys. It wasn't that big of a difference. And Randy Brown did utilize his reach very well. But what's up, Justin Sims? And Brown utilized that reach very well, and implemented his game plan and took home the W. I mean, what can you say about that? I mean, next we move on to what was kind of a snoozy fight. And we had a couple on this card, both on the main card. Shogun Rua, in one of his last 2 fights, he had 2 fights left on his contract coming into the night. He lost the other night in that fight against Ovince St. Preux. Ovince St. Preux beat him. Ovince St. Preux injured his foot, throwing some kicks. It was a very lackluster fight and completely different from the first time they fought, 7 or 8 years ago, whenever it was. And Ovince came in and knocked him out like 34 seconds. I don't even know what to say. It looked like they were both just there on. And I love Ovince St. Preux. I've got history with him at the XFC. He's a hell of a good guy. So I don't want to besmirch him, but I felt both guys didn't deliver. I don't know what it was. I don't know if Ovince was waiting for Shogun to really, turn into Shogun, or if Ovince didn't fear Shogun at all and just kind of said, I'll just lay back and do my little things here and I'll, eke out the win. So, again, it was a good fight. It wasn't a great fight. It was okay. So I enjoyed watching it because I like seeing Ovince St. Preux fight. Also, on the card, the next fight. What's up, Jay? I see you out there, brother. We'll bring you on in just a minute, man. So stand by, homie. Michael Chandler and Tony Ferguson. The return of Tony Ferguson after a couple of few tough losses. I took Tony Ferguson to win this fight. I thought he was going to come back and do something, and in round 1 he did. He tagged up Chandler. He got him dropped. He ended up getting put on his back, Ferguson, that is. Took some ground and pound, but he came back fine. But then in round 2, Michael Chandler, who is not known for his kicking, threw the front kick. He must have been going to school with Steven Seagal over the, in training camp, because he threw a front kick that absolutely ended the night for Tony Ferguson. Flatlined him. Boom, done. You've seen the pictures out there of Tony's face, foot to face, compared to the Frankie Edgar picture when he got a foot to his face. I don't even know what to say about that. That's so far right now. That's the knockout of the year. I mean, there's nothing else I've seen this year that even comes close. And Michael Chandler is a bad man on the microphone as well. He called out Conor McGregor. He said, let's go at 170. Michael Chandler is, he was coming off of a couple of losses as well, so he needed this one back. And he came and got it. And he, his, as I say, see you at the top. So whoever's at the top, that's what we're going to see. And then we move on to our main event, or our co-main event. And again, this is one of those fights. I don't want to be critical because everybody else already was. But Carla Esparza defeated Rose Namajunas in the co-main event to regain the women's UFC strawweight championship, a belt that she was the inaugural champion, in that division. They fought 8 years ago. Carla beat Rose then. Carla beat Rose the other night. Interesting little tidbit I found out on that same card when Carla won and beat Rose, Charles Oliveira missed weight at the Tough 20 finale. So that was kind of interesting. And then, of course, Charles Oliveira missed weight heading into this main event. People going, he technically didn't miss. All the fighters are complaining. Here's my comments on it, and I'm just going to leave it at this. Charles Oliveira missed weight by half a pound. It doesn't matter what you or I or, anybody else says. Because there were 15 fights on that card originally. So 28 fighters made weight and 2 didn't. Nora Dumont and Charles Oliveira. So I got to say that, I'm going to side with the 28 people that made weight. Bottom line. I mean, so, if you're not sure on the scale, maybe you should go a half a pound lighter if you're worried about it, just to be sure. So, everybody can say my boy Forrest, keeps piping up saying that the scales were off a half a pound. Well, it doesn't matter if the scales were off because every other fighter made weight except for 2. So, in spite of that, Charles Oliveira, he won the fight. He came out and put on a clinic. he got dropped early. He came back and just fucking, worked over Justin Gaethje, put him in a choke, and ended the night. By the way, out of, the guys that have fought and beaten Justin Gaethje, Charles Oliveira did it faster than anybody. And I mean, faster than anybody by quite some time. A couple of these fights went into the third round, late into the second round. Oliveira finished him quickly, I mean, so it was a crazy, crazy fight. And after the weight cut dilemma, I took Justin Gaethje to win the fight. I felt that Charles Oliveira was going to be too inside of his own head from the whole drama of cutting weight, but he showed what a champion has inside, and now he's the number one contender, and he'll fight somebody for the belt. It could be Makhachev. Don't know yet. Don't know who they're going to book him against, but he's definitely going to be in the next title fight at lightweight. Could be Conor McGregor. Don't be surprised, if we wait a few months and say Conor's healthy and he comes back. I also want to go back to the Rose and Carla fight. It was a very boring fight. I don't think anybody can say anything other than that. And I just, I was listening to Rose's corner, and there was one point where the fans were booing like really loudly, and her boyfriend was in the corner, and he's telling you, hear that? They're booing. That means you're doing it right. You just keep doing what you're doing. Well, she wasn't fighting, and she came out and said she thought she won that fight, but she didn't, because Carl was the aggressor the whole fight. In spite of the fact that there weren't a lot of punches thrown and punches landed and takedowns scored and kicks landed, I mean, it was a very, very lackluster fight. But Carla did more. One judge had it 4-1, and I agree with that judge, 4-1. I didn't even have a problem with that. And it was a difficult fight to score. But the other two judges had it 3-2. One had it for Rose, one had it for Carla. It was a split decision win. Dana White is not going to run that fight back anytime soon because he doesn't want to see that kind of a fight again. A lot of people were critical of it. And I think Rose was worried. I think that's how she fought. She fought worried about Carla's takedown. Although when Carla did take her down, she was able to get right back up. So at that point, after she did that twice, I think she should have gone back to work on her regular game plan and really put it together and, did what she does. But, Rose didn't want to engage, and she lost her belt. Carla's going to get married this week. Congratulations to Carla Esparza, ex-UFC veteran. I had the honor of announcing her years ago. And I believe we're going to have her on after she gets done with her wedding and her honeymoon. She'll be the first time we'll have a reigning UFC champion on the show, and I'm glad that it's her because she's an awesome, awesome fighter and an awesome human being. Perfect. Now, we're going to do this a little bit early. We went over the fight card, some of the stuff that went on, but we're going to bring on our first guest of the night about, 3 or 4 minutes early because I can do that since it's my show. He's standing by right now. He fought at BKFC 25 last week in Orlando, Florida at Carib Orlando. And I feel like it was the first time I ever saw the true Jay Jackson. So let's bring him on right now and welcome the man himself, Jay Action Jackson, joining us on Christopher James. Jay, what's up, my man?
Hey, what's up, Chris?
Oh,
how you doing, man?
Happy to be alive today. How about you?
Same, man. Same.
What you up to? What you out doing today? You outside in the nature, taking a walk? You doing a run?
Yeah, man, give me some vitamin D. Well, man, I got sick, man. I was actually sick before the fight, and so I got me some rest yesterday. Finally, man, just kind of slept in, and now I'm just kind of getting out, walking around, and getting my joints loose, and I'm gonna take about a week off and maybe a week and a half off, and start getting back to the gym here soon.
So you say you got sick? Was it? Did you catch COVID or you just catch a little?
No,
I think because you gotta ask people these days.
It's like COVID. No, man, like I've always since I was a kid, man. Summertime, I get summertime allergies. I get the summer.
I get them too, man.
Yeah, but, it was. It's my nose and the chest a little bit, but I'm feeling better today. So
well, that's good, man. You look like $1 million, so
it's
all good, bro. It's all good.
I try.
You got the head all clean. You're out there in the sun. You're looking good, baby.
Give me some
So,
sunshine, you know. Gotta keep the vitamin, gotta keep the skin right, you know.
yep. And I said the COVID thing because I was watching American Idol last night, and they're doing the live shows now because they're down to like the top 7, and 2 of the contestants caught COVID. So they did their
Hell,
like, yeah. One of the guys, they recorded his, they record all their rehearsal videos, so they just played his rehearsal songs um, instead because he couldn't be there live last night. And then the other guy did his songs from his hotel room, like they had the music for him and everything, and he just did it live from the hotel room. Um, and it was bizarre to see like 2 guys with COVID. But you know what? I'm glad that they kept them on the show and they found a way to make it work because these people that go on American Idol go through one hell of a fucking run to get to
yeah,
these final shows, and it's like, yeah, and I'm an American Idol fan. I love it. I love American Idol. Just so you guys know, I like it
right.
better than The Voice. I like it better than the new song contest thing, that America's Song Contest with Snoop Dogg and Kelly Clarkson. What an odd couple. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't even make sense to have Kelly and Snoop together. I don't get it, but I don't produce the show, so and but American Idol is my jam. I love it. They had some good, and this year the talent has been off the charts, man. So I'm really excited about that. Just a little side note: you watch any shit like that?
No, that was it. I've been catching American Idol actually this the last couple months during training camp. So they had the Red Hot Chili Pepper chick on there, you know, who was related to Flea. She had some vocals
Yeah,
on
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah,
His daughter.
yeah, his daughter. Yeah, she had some
Yeah,
vocals, but I think she got cut out last week.
I think she got out
Unfortunately,
like 3
was it
weeks
2 weeks
ago.
ago? Like
I think
3
it
weeks
was.
or two
I think
weeks
it's
ago?
been 3 weeks that she got cut, but she's phenomenal. And you know what?
Yeah,
Your dad's Flea. You're gonna
right.
get something somewhere, but it's cool that she came out and did the show instead of
Yeah.
trying to just live off her dad's name.
Well, I
Although,
like that rock music, man. It's like I like rock music. So
yeah,
she had a really good rock raspy voice. I was in tune for that. But
you
now they
know,
got some contenders on there now.
oh yeah, there's some big voices
Yeah,
on there right now.
yeah, they
One
got
of
some
my favorite
contenders.
guys is this kid Christian from up in Patchogue, Long Island, New York, right around where I grew up. Um, he's been killing it, but he got eliminated last night, and
Ah, man.
this guy Jay, I can't remember his last name, but he was a platinum pick. Like he was one of the high picks of the show, and he got eliminated last night. So it's down to
Is
like
that the
3.
one? What's that? Is that the one who did the did he do what you call? Did he do Stevie Wonder? To get on that
Um,
platinum pick?
yeah, he did Stevie Wonder song.
No, he got eliminated. That sucks.
Yeah, he got eliminated
Oh,
last night. So there's 3
wow.
girls and 2 boys left. And I think the front runners are a guy named Noah Thompson who sings country. He's so genuine. Um, and he's heartfelt. He brings emotion with the songs. People connect with this kid. And the
Yeah,
other one I think is a front runner is a country girl named Hunter Girl. And this girl, from the day she first auditioned, she's just a star. Whether she
yeah,
wins this or not, she's going to be climbing the country chart within the next year because she's
yeah.
that damn good.
She's probably
Then
gonna
there's
take
this
it.
then there's this girl Nicolina. She's a girl from Canada. She's 18 years old. I don't think she'll win, but she's got a phenomenal, powerful voice, and I think she'll end up on Broadway.
Right.
She's that kind of voice where she can just go out there and just belt out Broadway musical stuff. And I think that's where it fits her. Not that I'm a judge or anything, because I
Right.
just sit on my couch. But I've been watching this. I've been watching this show for a long time, and I've seen some shit. And you can kind of, after you watch it for a while, you kind of get the vibe of people, and you kind of just know. So, but anyway, so you had a big fight at BKFC 25. You took on a man named Mr. Janoski, and I got to tell you. Terry Janowski is no joke. I think he's still got a bright future. Even taking the L the other night, I still think he's going to be a big star for BKFC. But I just got to ask you. I'm just going to come out and say, who the hell was in the ring with Terry the other night? Because it wasn't the Jay Jackson that I was used to seeing. And I'm not saying that in
Oh
a
man.
bad way, but everybody's been talking about your performance, man. I watched your fight, and like I said, I felt like I got to see Jay Jackson, the bare knuckle fighter, for the first time ever, because what a fucking performance put on, dude. You were calm, you were collected, you were precise with your punches, you were economical, you didn't overthrow, you didn't overpunch, you didn't overextend yourself. I don't think you could have asked for a better performance against a legit stud. So tell us what the hell happened? Where did you change? What did you do? Did you start eating spinach like Popeye? I mean, what's going on? Because man, I was so impressed with you out of all the fights I saw that night. And Arnold Adams put on a great performance against Dylan Kleckler, but your performance resonated with me the most because it was the one of the most marked improvement, and it truly looked like Jay found his Stella got her groove back. Jay found his groove.
Right. We just gotta sacrifice, man. I went I had a 4 month training camp, man, and we just broke shit down. Yeah, I mean it was nice just to break some stuff down. We didn't really focus too much on Terry Janowski. Not saying that he's like this bad fighter or nothing like that, but we were focused on Jay Jackson. Uh, that was the biggest key of my training camp was to work on Jay Jackson, and we didn't do too much. We didn't do too much to or and no less. You know what I mean? It was we know Jay's got power. We know Jay can throw punches. We know Jay can take a punch, but we had to start working the dance move. So it was just really it was like a lot of just dance. It was it was almost like more or less of a dance class more than a fight camp. Yeah, I mean, so and it was nice for me to be able to use my dance moves in the ring.
Yeah, one of my viewers said, Jay, he said, I don't know if you can see it on screen, but it says, Jay, you were in what looked like a flow state physically and mentally in that fight over the weekend. And I think that's a perfect description. I've never seen you flow. Did you feel the difference in there when you were fighting? Like you were a different fighter that night, or
No, I just felt good, man. Like it was like I said, it was one of the first camps. It was very intimate training camp where it was primarily focused on just the small shit. We had the two fights with Damon Bell and Doolittle, and we just focused on like the small stuff. You know what I mean? Not overextending, really work on the small steps, and uh, by the time we got the weight cuts, of course everything flips out. Everything goes wrong. You get sick. You get a cut or something like that. But I just kind of just chilled out. I meditated, and it was just like, all right, go in there and just do the dance. Yeah, I mean, and that's what you guys seen. I was just doing the dance, doing the footwork dance move over and over again. That I was doing for the last 4 months. So.
now, even though you say you concentrate on Jay Jackson in this camp, I mean, you obviously had to do a little something for Terry because you're not a dumb human being.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
there wasn't really much to go on off. I mean, he only had a there wasn't too much to look at in his last fight. What I mean, like we it was pretty simple. What I mean, like it was pretty simple stuff. But it's not like I said, not saying that he wasn't someone we weren't paying attention to. It's just like there wasn't really much to feed off of from his last fight. So we just took it basically. We went down and we just threw down everything that we need to fix Jay Jackson that he does wrong in these last couple fights. There's a lot of times where I tripped over my own feet or I was rushing on. I was rushing forward too much or blah 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 blah. So we just broke down a different template for me and my for this fight for sure. Uh, yeah, I knew he was an orthodox fighter. We knew that right hand was coming. So it was just, all right, just go back down to the basics. Yeah, I mean, and go and mixing in with the things that I do like to do. I do like to throw a left hook. I do like to throw a left hook. So we worked on setting up the left hook better. Yeah, I mean, and worked on some things to help me not trip over my feet and just things like that. And then like also, meditation and sticking with my yoga and also I had like okay, so I like Muay Thai, so I tied in with Faraz at Lions Muay Thai kickboxing because he was a coach for Muay Thai. So I was like, all right, well, instead of too much of a boxing training camp where you're just throwing a lot of punches, a lot of calisthenics and stuff like that, which I did on the side. I I went in with more of like a Muay Thai, with Muay Thai footwork and stuff like that to help me keep my balance because I generally I generally did MMA and stuff like that. So there was generally kick. So we just mixed in with I mixed my mitt work with more with the Muay Thai style / boxing style, so I can be better on my feet. So
So
it was like I said it was really it was a really intimate training camp. We really worked on Jay Jackson through the whole training camp.
so what kind of drills do you do to stop yourself from tripping over your own feet?
Well, we did like it was like I said, it was like I take like a weight, and kind of like hold it in front of me, and I kind of just rock myself side to side, you know what I mean, and really getting intimate with my legs, my hips, and my core, and just really worked on that rock, yeah, I mean, and I swear that's what I did for 3 weeks.
Damn, you were
Yeah.
committed to making sure you didn't trip over those feet.
Yeah, I didn't want to trip. I mean, like it was really being heavy on my feet, really knowing where I'm at when I throw my punches, and really being able to set punches. You know what I mean? And once I got into that ring, and I got confident, I have like I said, my habit is the left hook. Once I landed the left hook, I was super happy. It's my favorite punch to throw, and it was fairly easy. He kept his hands down a lot, so I knew that it would primarily be open. And since I have really long reach, I knew that I can sneak it in through awkward angles where he wouldn't have nothing. He wouldn't be able to identify, past my jab, or if it's a jab or if it's a hook. And then once everyone kept screaming at me to throw more punches. You know what I mean? That's when the cross came into play, and it made the left hook even easier during the fight. So.
What about the comeback from Terry? Anything that he hit you with that bothered you, that hurt you at all?
Just a cross. I ran into his cross when I think it was during the second take, the second knockdown. I came in with the left hook, and he started, because I did it like a few times. He threw the cross, I ran into it, but I reacted because once I get hit, I react. I try to react before I quit, and I was able to knock him down and get my balance back before any more damage can be made. So.
Yeah, like I said, man, it was really nice to see you come into that groove and like Forrest said, have that flow state. Jamie Velasquez says it was in the second round. One of the guys watching the broadcast this evening.
Yeah, it was
Um,
the second round, right? Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have a stellar MMA record. Um,
No.
you're like, nope. but you're 2-1 now at bare knuckle. Um, is this where you want to stay in bare knuckle? Do you want to also do regular boxing, or is this kind of where you think Jay Jackson belongs inside the ring at a bare knuckle fighting championship?
I'm just chilling. So that's where I'm at with my fight thing right now. I'm in BKFC. They treat me all right, and I know I still got some respect to fucking earn and all that shit, but I think I put on good shows for them, and I'm gonna continue to put on good shows, not just for them, but for myself. I really like fighting. So, and I appreciate them giving me the shot that I got, and I'm gonna do my best.
Did you get any feedback from the bosses, from matchmaker Nate Shook or from David Feldman after your fight, about your performance?
Like I said, I rarely do. Yeah, I mean, and like I said, it's like I said, it's no big deal with me. I just like I said, I just like to fight. So, like, it's no big deal. It's I'm trying to put on good shows. I know my position with there's like so many of us that are trying to get in there. You know what I mean? And there's probably like 10,000 guys bugging them every day. So like I said, I'm not trying to be one of those guys. I mean, I was one of those guys at one time. Doing tryouts and things like that. But I bust my ass off. I train every day. Like I said, I'm about to take a week off and heal up, and mentally heal up, and things like that. And I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be back running and treadmilling and staying in shape so I can continue to put on shows like I did last week, and and just get ready for the top guys and try to be the best 185er that's in BKFC right now. I'm not really trying to think about other sports and things. I'm a really one like three things at a time guy. You know what I mean? I do train people every once in a while, and I do have to promote this stuff all the time, and I do work a 9 to 5 that I enjoy. So I just like I'm right now. I'm gonna stay committed to BKFC. They treat me right. You know what I mean? I'm not someone who really likes too much shine or anything like that. I really like the fans to focus on my performances in the ring, just like now. And you guys are gonna keep seeing improvements, improvements, improvements after every fight. You know what I mean? Because that's what I want to do.
Yep. So are you under contract with BKFC or are you fighting one-off fights?
I'm one-off fighter.
One-off fighter, okay.
Yeah,
So
one-off.
you can go. So if Game Bread offered you a bare knuckle MMA fight, if you wanted to take it, you could. You're free to do that.
Yeah, I can do whatever I want, but I stay loyal. So
Yeah, no, I'm not
yeah,
trying to make you go.
no, not at all. I'm just being real. Yeah, I mean, I stay loyal to these things, and I know I can do whatever the hell I want. But like I said, I'm a three task at a time type of guy, and it's just like
Yep.
what, right now my task is to become the best at 185er that's in BKFC, and that's what I'm gonna be doing. Yeah, I mean, that's where I'll be at for the most part. I'm trying to get on I'm trying to get on one of those international cards. I love to fight one of those BKFC fighters out of Thailand, or London or whatever. You know what I mean? But like I said, I think BKFC is where I'm at, and and that's where I want everyone to tune in at. You know what I mean? Because like I said, it's I like BKFC, and they treat me good.
Yeah, BKFC is a good bunch of good guys to work for. David Feldman, brought this sport up, and he's put on. He now runs the biggest bare knuckle company on the planet. So it's
Facts.
good. It's good to go out there and put on a good show, make David happy, fight. Because David doesn't like guys who don't come in to fight, and you definitely come to fight every time you show up. Win, lose, or draw, we know Jay Jackson's stepping in. We're going to see some action. That's why the nickname fits.
That's why it
Um,
fits.
that's why it fits, baby. That's why it fits. We know.
That's what
Um,
we know it.
so you're with BKFC, and I know you want to probably, and I, like I said, excuse me, I know they pay their guys pretty decent. Um, you know, there are other organizations that don't pay well, especially when you're just starting out. But BKFC, from what I've gathered from numerous fighters, they pay you guys pretty decent. I know, I was managing Marcus Primage for one fight, and he got a decent check for where he's at in his game. Um, One of the things they look at is social media, how much social media clout you bring to the game. Do you have a plan in your mind of how to grow your social media via Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, where you're not just coming in as Jay Jackson the fighter, you're coming in as Jay Jackson the a fighter influencer, if you will, because that's what they look for. I mean, they told me straight up, part of how they look at contracts and everything is social media impact. That's why guys coming in from the UFC like Mike Perry got a huge deal coming in. Um, you know. Uh, Ben Rothwell just signed, and he's getting a huge deal. Obviously, his UFC resume, they're paying him for work he's already done in another organization, but he's going to bring eyes, more eyes than Jay Jackson does right now. Mike Perry's going to bring more eyes than Jay Jackson. So how does Jay Jackson get his social media up? So when they book Jay Jackson on a fight, they know that Jay's either going to bring tickets or he's going to bring people to watch on the app because that's what they want. They want you guys to be part of growing this. So
Right.
what does Jay Jackson have to do to get those social media numbers up?
Jay Jackson's gonna tell them to be patient, just like I gotta be patient for my check. Yeah, I mean, like it's gonna take time. Because I'm not planning on selling my soul. I'm not gonna do anything crazy. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go in there. I think I know what I bring to BKFC. I bring in good fights. I rarely have a boring fight. They don't put me on the feature bout in the co-main event after my first three fights for no reason. They know what I got.
Absolutely.
So, I think just everyone just needs to be patient. You know what I mean? When it comes to the social media thing, I try to post regularly. I let people know. I genuinely let people know who I am. They know who I am. They know what I'm doing. You know, um, I know, people want dancing on TikTok and all that shit, but for right now, everyone can just wait. You know what I mean? Because I know what I bring. I know what I bring when that toe hits the line. And I know that's primarily what BKFC wants for me.
Absolutely.
It's just to keep bringing good fights. So and just as if they got to be patient, I'm gonna be patient with the money. Yeah, I mean, like it's all right. Yeah, I mean, what I'm getting for these couple fights it's decent amount, but I'm going to be patient, and I'm going to just keep training my ass off. And I got people I'm talking to about the social media thing. I think every fighter has someone talking about the social media thing. We'll see what happens with the social media thing, but the last thing I'm going to do is sell my soul over this shit. So I'm going to just continue to be patient. I'm going to continue to toe on the line and whoop ass, and I think that's going to bring forth more money and more social media appearance that the BKFC wants in the future. So like it's a work, and I'm not saying that I don't have anything planned or anything like that. But what I'm saying is it's gonna have to be patient with me, man, because I'm not gonna go over the line about it. I mean, it's not a big
Sure.
deal. I love fighting. I love fighting people. I mean, I rarely say no when they give me a contract. I'm always on time. I mean,
You're a
my parents,
professional.
both my parents are military, so like I'm always 15 minutes early to work because because 15 minutes is late to me. So
Me too.
what I'm saying is you just got to be patient. Yeah, I mean, everyone's got to be patient, but as as of what I'm doing now, I think I'm doing the right thing. I mean, people know I'm training. People know that I fight for them, and I put my blood, sweat, and tears in there every time I'm in there. So the money will come. I mean, but right now, just they keep me on there. They keep my toe on the line. That's going to bring all the social media and all the stuff they need. Because I only put on good fights. So.
Yeah, you do. Like I said, a few minutes ago, win or lose, Jay Jackson brings the action. That's why the name fits so well. It just does. Some guys
Right.
call themselves action, but I know when Jay comes in. But like I said, the action you brought in this last fight, dude, was truly you were on a different level. I hope you maintain that level and then surpass that level, because there's a bunch of guys at 185. There's a belt out there that's around. And I know you would like to get a piece of gold wrapped around your waist.
None of it.
A little rock action.
Maybe. Maybe.
Is there anybody you want right now? You're 2-1 in BKFC. Is there anybody else right now that you're looking at that you want to fight that might help you elevate quicker?
I mean, like not. I mean, not really. I mean, like I mean, anyone who's gonna elevate me, you know, yeah. I mean, I've been doing the elevating right now. Yeah. I mean, like Doolittle fought me, and then he was in the number one contender shot the next day. I mean, Terry fought me, and then you know what? Now he's got a really good. He's got a really good. He's got a good fighter under his resume that he's fought in. So I mean, like as of right now, I don't really have anyone I'm calling out. I mean, I'm like I said, I'm patiently waiting to see what they're going to do. I'm just going to heal up, take me a nice bath, and I'm gonna start training, and I'm gonna see what's going on with the rankings. I mean, like there's a lot of guys. We had a lot of good turns around now. We got Briggs who just fell short to Lorenzo. There's Hooley. There's a lot of guys out there. So I mean, like whoever they want. Yeah, I mean, like I hate to be that guy right now, but I'm still so new to the bare knuckle game.
Right.
They just like and the bare knuckle game is so new itself. Yeah, I mean, like there might be some like I don't want to move too quick and start chomping out names and stuff like that, and then so and so from the UFC signs up or something like that. So I'm just trying to keep myself open for anything. I mean, because
It's
maybe
smart.
if the next UFC fighter signs up in 185 and sees my MMA record and goes, oh, I'm gonna take the MMA guy,
Who's yeah.
who's in bare knuckle. You know what I mean? He's gonna learn quick that there ain't no takedowns. You know, they know, you
Ain't no
know,
head kicks,
they
motherfucker.
ain't no head kicks. They ain't no head kicks. You know what I mean? So there's only hands. So I guess like I'm just trying to keep myself open. Um, I continue to eat humble pie every day as part of my diet. So I'm just gonna like I said, I'm gonna take two weeks of needed rest. I'm gonna be back in the gym, and I'm gonna be ready for whatever they want. I'm 2-on-1. I want to be I'm hoping that I'm a belt contender soon, and we're gonna get there. You know what I mean? I really want to get international. That's what I want next. I really like to try to go on Thailand card. I'm a traveler. I've been there. I've trained there twice, and I know they got some bangers out there. I know that if I get a fight out there and I beat one of those guys, I definitely feel the fact that I am one of the best 185ers in BKFC. So, I'm just, that's where I'm on. I love the journey. So, you know, I love being a journeyman. So I'm going to wait, and we're going to see.
Did you get to watch any of the other fights on the card that night, where you got to sit back and just be a fan?
Jackson Jackson was sleeping yesterday, so no. I
No,
was
on
like,
your card, on your fight card, on
oh yeah,
fight
you talking
night.
about my fight card? Oh, I thought you
Yeah,
were talking
yeah,
about the
yeah, yeah.
Thai card. My fight card, I was in the back watching all the fights actually, and yeah, I mean, I seen Julian, and I'm actually no, I didn't get to watch Julian and David's fight because I just won my fight, so I was doing, I was looking for my mama, so because it was, my mama was in the crowd, so I had to hang out with my mama bear for a
Of
little bit.
course. What about
Uh,
what about the main event?
nope, didn't get to catch that either. Yeah, I mean, because me and mama bear,
Well, you got the app, don't you?
yes, I did, but no, I watched it now. Yeah, I mean, but I thought you were talking about the night up.
Well,
Yeah,
I
I
was
mean,
talking about the night of, but now that
yeah.
you've watched it, what'd you think of the main event?
Main event was all right. Yeah, I mean, like, I figured that Adam was gonna. I mean, what was it? What's that? What was that? Not Crickler, but our champ. I mean, I
Arnold
figured that he
Adams.
was gonna Adam. I thought he was gonna win. Just because I know I just dancing feet, man. And I love Chicago. So, but I mean, I enjoy, I really do, man. I was fanboying out to our heavyweight champ, like, dude, you got this. But homie had a lot of power though. As you've seen, they both. I mean, they both knocked each other down.
Yeah.
So, they totally represented our heavyweight division. I think our heavyweight division is just growing and growing and growing, especially with that UFC fighter signing
Ben
up for
Rothwell.
Ben signing the BKFC. So we're going. The heavyweight division is about to get stacked, and then David and Julian. You know what I mean? Like Julian's always a freaking tough son of a bitch. In all of his fights. But with David's fought some top guys in that division too. So
Yeah.
I mean we had a great we had a great aftermath, but it was like it was kind of nice to feel like I was the fighter of the night. I mean, like I've been getting nothing but love about it. So it was cool to be it was cool to set the tone one more time and get compliments about, hey, we thought you were a fighter tonight and blah blah blah. But hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But yeah, we had some great fights on that card. Uh, but now I can't wait for I'm really paying attention to Daytona and Dyer. Yeah, I mean, I'll really be watching closely to that fight. I really like those two fighters.
Yeah. No. What about a guy like Mundell for you?
Mondale. Who's my?
Dave
Oh, you
Mundell, the guy that
talking
just fought
about
Julian
David?
Lane.
Yeah, you talking about Terry's teammate?
Yeah.
Shoot, I mean, if they want it, yeah, I mean, like, but I mean, like, I mean, when it came to what you were talking about was like someone with some social media pull, I mean, and I mean, like, I mean, like David, yeah, I mean, like, if they gave me a contact and David's name's on, I'm gonna sign it.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah, I
either
mean,
social
yeah,
media pull or you got to find a guy that's like a number one contender. I believe he's ranked as the
yeah,
number one contender right now at 185.
yeah. And
He's
when he
4 and
five,
1.
yeah, and I'm
He,
2-1.
Yep.
I'm 2-1. I mean, like,
He's
yeah.
4-1, and he lost about Hector Lombard. That questionable by the judges.
Very questionable. Yeah, that was, yeah.
I think he should be undefeated right now.
I
Honestly,
thought he fought Hector. I thought he fought Hector.
he
That's
did.
the one who fought Hector, right? Yeah,
Yep.
and I thought David won that fight.
Yeah. So he should be 5-0.
Yeah, I think he's a tough guy. You know what I mean? But like I said, I'm not someone who likes to do call outs. You know what I mean? So yeah, like I said, if it's on the table, I'm gonna partake. You know what I mean? Like, hey, Jay Jackson versus David. What's his last name? And I hate to
Mundell.
disrespect him, Mondell. I'm
No,
not
it's
trying to
okay, man.
disrespect you, Mr. Mondell. I'm bad with names. But yeah, I mean,
It ain't
like
your
I said,
job to remember names. Just remember where to sign the contract.
man, right aside the contract, and who's gonna meet me toe to the line. But if Jackson and Mondell's on the card, you know what I mean, that's a fun one. You know what I mean, but I mean, like, will that benefit me social media wise? Probably not. You know what I mean, but I bet you it'd be a good, I bet you it'd be a good pull for, I bet you it's gonna be a great fight for BKFC, regardless
Absolutely.
if it's not a social media pull. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like, you know, that's my thing about the social media thing. I was like, yeah, if I, social media pull, if I want a social media pull fight, it'd probably be more of like a Hooley fight, maybe more like a Jake Boswick fight. Maybe more like a like a Mike Perry fight or something like that. You know what I mean? Like those are the social medias and you know what I mean, and on top of that, tough fighters. You know what I mean? But Jay Jackson and David Mondell, you know what I mean, that'd be a good fight. You know what I mean? But we like I said, and it'd be a banger. So, I mean,
Awesome.
like I said, if the name's on the contract, I'll sign it. Yeah, I mean, but what's up? What I'm looking for in the future is trying to get an international fight and trying to get.
Yep.
I like
Well,
to try to
maybe,
fight on London, go on London, maybe
hey,
do a
maybe they'll
family
get you
fight.
on that London card, bro, coming up this summer. So you just never
To
know. Well,
July,
listen, man,
maybe.
I appreciate you taking the time to join us tonight, man, and let us experience nature with you and get a little vitamin D through the feed.
Yeah, you
You did a
go.
great job. You did a great job the other night, man. Proud of you, man. Happy for you. Before I let you go, why don't you drop your social media info to people so that they can help boost your numbers?
Hey man, catch me on J Action Jackson on Instagram and Multiverse FC on Instagram and just J Action Jackson on Facebook. Appreciate it, Chris.
All right, listen, man. Well, you have a blessed night, man, and go get some more rest, man. I hope you get to feeling better soon, and we'll talk again soon, man. Maybe when you get that next booking, we'll get you on the show.
Let's do it.
All right, man. Be well, man.
All right, man.
Peace.
Peace.
That was Jay Jackson, boys and girls, rising star at BKFC. Had a great performance the other night. Took out a man that everybody had favored in the fight, and Jay Jackson came in and dropped some action, and boom, gets that win. Speaking of a guy that likes action, he likes the mayhem. It's in his name, and I love this guy. He's just a real salt of the earth guy, just straight up cool dude. Um, and he fights in the UFC. He's in the bantamweight division. He has a fight coming up, but we can't announce the opponent yet. Got to cross some T's and dot some I's and all that good stuff. And or no, maybe today, management got the okay. I'm gonna ask him when I get him on there. He just popped in for a second, then he popped in and then he popped back out, and then he popped back in and then he popped back out. So, yep, that's right, man. I don't know, Forrest, but who cares, man? If people miss it, it's on them, right? So he'll be popping back up here in just a second. We're going to be having him join us on the show. He is the man. I love him. His beard looking fly. He's looking sexy. Got a big old smile on his face. And now he can hear us. I know now because he's responding to everything I say while he's sitting in the green room. So let's bring him on right now, man. Your friend of mine, the Mayhem himself, coming live to KTAR Christopher James, the one and only Nate Maness. What's up, baby?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Oh, same shit, smaller shovel, man. Just fucking grinding through life, brother. Just grinding through life, man. How about you?
About the same, I guess. You know how it goes.
I do. So before we get into fighting and how you're healed up from your jaw and all that stuff, I was talking to my last guest, Jay Jackson, about social media, and you're pretty good on your social media. You put out your fight pics; they suck all the time, but you've also shared part of your life. And a few months back, you put up a post saying that you and the wifey were on the outs. And since that time, I'm happy to report here on Cage Side with Christopher James that wifey and Nate are no longer on the outs. They just bought a house, and Nate's gonna be a daddy. He's gonna be a daddy. I can't fucking believe it. I'm so happy. When I told my wife, dude, she fucking cried a little bit. Fucking, because she met you guys and she loves you guys. Fucking so. So if you don't mind talking about it, because I think the fans like to get a little personal and they want to just take us through that whole this last couple of months with you and your wife, because your wife's such an awesome lady. I'm so glad that you guys figured it out, and I saw you were doing some counseling and all that stuff. You're really making an effort. You're fighting for your marriage. It's what a fighter does. So if you don't mind sharing some of the details, and anything that you don't want to share, just don't share. But just give us a little insight, man, because I messaged you, and my heart was hurting for you guys, because I love you guys. You guys are like two of my favorite people I've met since getting into the MMA game. You're just good people. You're kind-hearted. You're salt of the earth folks. And my heart was truly broken for you. So take us through some of it, if you don't mind.
Yeah. I'm stubborn. She's stubborn. I'm hard-headed. She's hard-headed. Man, really, as far as like issues go, that's really all it boils down to. Everything was pretty easy to fix. It just really took us sitting down and being adults about it and talking through some of the small problems that we'd let get too big. And I think every couple goes through at least that stage at some point in their marriage. We're only 2 years in. We're going to be doing this for 50 years, man. We're going to be fighting like this all the time, but we love each other, and that's what's important. Man, you was bringing up the house and the kid, and I got a fight booked, and all that happened within like 10 days of each other. So it's been a whirlwind around here, man. She's doing good. The baby's doing good. We just went and got another ultrasound a couple of days ago.
Do we know if it's a boy or a girl yet?
We don't know. We should know, 3 or 4 weeks? Yeah. So
are you going to find out, or are you going to wait and be surprised?
I don't want to be surprised, man. I want to know.
So are you going to do one of those reveal parties fucking where you pop some fucking blue ribbon or pink ribbon? Are you going to do one of those?
Are we doing a gender reveal? We're doing a gender reveal.
Of course you're doing a gender reveal, because Cassandra said so. That's the way to do it.
How it
That's
goes.
right, man. Happy wife, happy life.
Always.
How do they set those up? Does like somebody from like a friend of yours get the information from the doctor, and then they get all the stuff put together? Because obviously you guys can't know, so you can't plan it yourself. And I've never done one of these because I'm old, and when we were having babies, there was no gender reveal party. There was no social media. It was just, oh, we're having a boy.
Her sister is actually pregnant, and they let her dad know beforehand, and he was the one that actually came and did the gender reveal. So I guess you got to have someone close to you that can keep a secret. I guess we'll find somebody that can do it, but yeah, I definitely want to know as soon as possible.
Yeah. Why?
I want my boy. I ain't even gonna try to hide it. I gotta have me a little mayhem, beating people up, wrestling. I need me a boy.
Well, I can rent you my grandson if you have a girl, because he's a little hellion. He's a little demon. He's a little hellcat. He likes to punch and kick. He just had a whole week with me, and I got scratches and bruises all over my body from this little son of a gun. I love him with all my heart. But Grandpa's
how's his takedown defense? What's his chin look like? Does he keep his hands up?
He's pretty good, like I'll start boxing with him in the kitchen, I'll be like, pop, 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 and I'll be hitting him in the chest, and he starts going, pop, pop, blocking my hand. And then I give him a little slide slap on the face, and he's like, no, Grandpa, no.
He ain't having none of that.
He's got an idea. But if you tell him, say, square up, he squares up. He's like, all right.
Ready to go. Yep.
You want to square up? Let's square up, you son of a bitch.
That's what I need. I need me a boy, man.
So if by chance you have a girl, when you guys come down on your annual Florida trips, I'll get my grandson for that week, and I'll just drop him off at your hotel, and you can just, roughhouse with them. Just send them back, no broken bones. That's all I ask. Because his mom will kick my ass, and I don't need that from the daughter. Hey, by the way, my boy Forrest, Forrest, Dad, you said you got to do better homework on your fight, man. You've been slacking lately.
I do. I go with my heart, so I don't even do a whole lot of research, and that's why you see it. The heart's gonna lie to you. You got to pick with your brain, man. I'm learning that. Maybe one day.
Hey, I like picking with the heart, man. Because that's who you feel. You're going with what you feel inside, man. And that's anybody can sit there and look at the odds and make fight picks, just based off the odds and be right, 75% of the time instead of 25% of the time, like you and like I am sometimes. I mean, Forrest does his research. He's he's in it. He's in it to win it. And he watches my boy Garrett Kerman, who's the fight analyst, and so he doesn't like to lose. Like I think he went. I went 7-7 the other night. I was bummed that the Cerrone fight got fucking pulled because he ate bad tacos. But anyway, so everything's good in the land of Mr. and Mrs. Maness, which makes me happy because I think I'm glad that it came out this way but either way, whether it ended up being the bad thing where you guys ended up staying separated and all this other stuff wasn't happening or you stayed together, I think the one thing you have to have is you have to have resolution because you wouldn't be able to fight with the situation hanging over your head, not knowing if it's good or bad. I think that's a big detriment. So I'm so glad that you got that out of your system, you guys, and you recovered nicely. And, you're bringing life into the world together. It's fucking dope, man. Fucking, it's dope. How excited are you? How excited were? How did she tell you?
She was a couple of days late, so she ended up taking a test. I mean, we've had, I wouldn't call them scares, but we've thought she's pregnant before and actually had to go up to the hospital. And I actually think I had to cancel my very first interview with you over that. We thought she was pregnant and went to the hospital. And so she took 3 tests, all were positive. We went up and got some blood work done, and she was 6 weeks, 5 weeks and a couple of days, 6 weeks, something like that. So we're excited, man. She's ready to have this baby. We're ready to have it, ready to get the life started, and it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah. What happens if it's a girl, Nate?
Man, see, it's not that I don't want a girl. It's just
I know. I'm just trying to put you on the spot because I know she's sitting within earshot.
Yeah, she's gonna have me wrapped around her finger. I'm gonna be trying to beat up all of her boyfriends. She's gonna hate me because she can't go nowhere. Yeah, that's what I don't want it for her. It's not necessarily me. she doesn't want it.
Oh, that's so funny. Well, I hope I hope you guys have at least 2, and hopefully you get one of each, and then you got your match set and you move on because you could end up like Nico Price. Nico Price has 6 kids.
Whew. He just gave me a bad look when you said 2.
Yeah.
You have to take that up with Cassandra.
I think 2 is the right number. Listen.
She's already got 1.
Yeah, but you guys don't have 2.
Right.
So you got that. You got to have 2. So this way, the one in the house has somebody to always grow up with, and you don't grow up with a spoiled brat child because that's the problem of having 1.
Next Florida trip, you have to talk her into it.
All right, I'll try it. And we'll go out for a nice dinner. And, I'll get the wife to convince her. I'll get the wife to talk to her. The wife will make it all happen.
I'm going to need some help with it for sure.
We got you, man. We got your back, bro. We got your back.
There you
go. But, yeah, Nico Price has 6 kids. He just had his 6th baby. He's now got 3 boys and 3 girls, so he's got like the Brady Bunch shit going on.
No kidding.
And his kids are all out in the Hey, my wife is watching. She said, if it is a girl, you just teach her to defend herself from the boys. LOL.
Yeah, I could do that. I mean, I like punching people too. I don't want her to have all the fun.
Yeah, I mean, right? You got to get, really, man. Teach your girl to be a badass, man. She could be the prettiest little girl, and she could look all like sweet and dainty, and some guy comes up and she just and just keeps on walking, like didn't even miss a beat. Didn't even miss a beat. She just
she'll be tough for sure.
That's awesome. So, are you allowed to announce your opponent yet?
I'm not just yet.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I hope they announce it here soon.
Well, I did a little research, and I found out who it is. Now, I can announce it if I want to, because you didn't announce it. But you know what? I might wait and not do that. What I might do is I might put up a post on my Facebook page and say that I know who your next opponent is and try to drop a clue that nobody will get and see.
That works.
Yeah, that works. But I did some research and I found out who your opponent is. And I got to tell you, man, I won't say it right now because, like I said, I don't want to get you in trouble. But, man, that's a good fucking fight.
It's going to be a good one, man. I think everyone's going to be excited about it. Yeah.
I'm super excited. Hey, Forrest, who do you think he's fighting? I'm just going to ask Forrest. if he could come up with the name. And you never know with this kid. He might. Forrest, who's he fighting? Who do you think Nate's going to be fighting? So while we're waiting for Forrest to give me some answers of who he thinks it might be, how's the mouth? How's the jaw? Everything's. I know I talked to you about it a while back, but now that you've really had some good time to really recover, I mean, I know you're training again full on. Obviously you're ready to go. You got a fight book. How does it feel? Have you been getting punched in the face at all in sparring? To make sure that it's because I think that's the only way you're going to know.
Yeah.
And it would suck to break it in sparring, I mean,
right.
fucking not get a
That
check.
hurt my feelings. Even if I lost in a real fight, it would hurt my feelings. You got to win if you're going to break.
You got to win if you get your jaw broke.
Yeah, and specifically
like
a bonus.
yeah.
But yeah, man, it feels good. I've been training, hitting 2 a days now, getting ready for the fight. Sparring's fine. I don't have any pain at all in my jaw. Guillotines, rear naked chokes, anything that squeezes on your jaw, pretty tough. I feel fine, man. So I'm ready to go.
That's awesome, man. I'm glad. I'm glad that it all healed up right. And then you go. My boy Alex Nicholson got his jaw broken in a fight. Stayed in the fight. I don't think he won the fight. Maybe he did. I think actually he did. I'll have to go look that up. Yeah. But he told me, he goes, I knew it was broken, but I just said, fuck it. I'm just going to keep fighting. You're going to have to kill me in this motherfucker. And that's his mentality. His nickname's the Spartan for a reason because he's just, he don't give a fuck. Yeah. You can kill him or he's going to kill you, but one of you is going down.
I like it.
That's the way to fight.
My jaw was broke. I thought I just had some loose teeth going on.
I remember you told me you didn't even know.
No, I didn't even know. And I went to the casino for 4 or 5 hours after.
I know.
It started exploding out of my face. I was like, maybe there's a problem.
Shit, fucking. I don't remember what they call this. There's a nerve or a bone in there or something. But I was at a XFC training center years ago, and we were doing some filming there for an upcoming event. And it was a fighter. It was a fighter tryout. I'm sorry. And I was interviewing a female fighter, and she was showing me, the technique of when she throws knees, and and she's like, you should never block with your arms, because you can fuck them up, blah blah blah. Yeah. And but your natural instinct is to just throw your arm down there. I mean, right. I think you have to train yourself to not do that, because anytime fighters come fuck with me when I'm doing an interview or something, or I'm at an event, some of the guys I know, they'll come, hey, watch out for the knee. And I'm always like trying to block with my arm, I'm not lifting a leg, trying to fucking check a kick. I'm like, and she hit me like right on the elbow. Yeah. And I didn't know anything was wrong. But all of a sudden, fucking like 2 hours later, my elbow went like this.
Oh man.
Just blew up. And
it was the nerve?
It was a vessel. It was like a bursa sac. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. And dude, it blew the fuck up, dude. My elbow was like this big. I couldn't put a shirt on right. It was all fucked up. Crazy. Yeah. And the worst part about it was, it wasn't even a broken bone. It was just a sac, and that kind of pissed me off. I'm gonna take an injury, man. Break the bone, bitch. Break right. the bone. Do it right.
Have a good story, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So that just says to me I'm a pussy because I only ruptured a sac.
What do they do for something like that? Just kind of drain it?
No, they just it goes away on its own.
Oh yeah, gotcha.
All right, so Forrest Daniels came up with 2 guesses. And you can say yes or no to these. I already know the answer. So the first guess he said was Song Yadong, which would be an awesome fight.
Yeah.
And the second one he said is Jack Shore, which again would be a good fight. The Song Yadong fight, that'd be a really good fight.
Yeah. I think
Jack Shore would be a good fight too, but I think the Song fight would be better. And Forrest, I'll just tell you, the answer to the question, both those guys. That's a negative, Ghost Rider.
Those are good guesses, especially.
But those are good guesses. Yeah. I knew he'd come up with something good, something that would be tasty, a little tidbit. And the Song Yadong fight, if this opponent falls out, ask for Song, dude. Just say, look, fucking give me Song.
Let's go. Yeah, I think he's ranked like 7, maybe. I mean, he's getting pretty high up there now.
Yeah, he's ranking up there, dude. You just go balls to it and say, fuck it, I want the ranked motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. Give me your spot. I'm there for it.
I'll let you break my jaw before the fight, and then I'll still fight you and beat your ass.
Right. I think my opponent's going to be pretty hard to guess. I didn't even really expect this one. It kind of came out of nowhere to me. So
yeah, I wouldn't have picked this guy as your next opponent. I would have went, with somebody like Jack Shore. But yeah, this is a phenomenal fight for you. I mean, fucking and it's. To me, it's an elevator
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, I think so too.
So you just got to go out there and do what you do. Good old country boy ass whooping.
Yeah, it should be on the main card again. I would expect that on a fight night. So I think we'll be.
Oh yeah,
high.
if that's not on the main card,
yeah,
we're gonna riot.
Yeah, I'd be surprised.
We're gonna storm the quad.
Yeah, I think it shows, they're believing in me. They're putting me. I was in the me and Tony were on the main card. I think me and this guy are going to be on the main card. So I think they're putting me in more spots to get some eyes on me. So I'm excited for this one, man. I think it's going to be a big fight.
He put up another guess. Nope, that's wrong too for us. He said Ricky Simon.
Yeah, I know. Ricky.
That'd be another good fucking fight too. He's picking good fights for you, bro. I gotta say, Forrest, man, maybe you have to go work with his boy Pat over at Rise Management, and maybe give him some booking ideas.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, man, it's good to see. Like I said, I'm more excited for your personal life than your fight life. Having the personal life in the right order and everything, in sync, leads to so much ability to succeed everywhere else in life.
Yeah.
When your personal life is in a state of disarray, everything else falls apart around it.
Right.
I was going through some shit, and for the last few months, and I'm back, almost 100% of where I want to be. But man, a couple of small things fucking go in your fucking game plan and fuck it up, man. It sets everything off, and you just, I had to get medication. It was a nightmare. So no more medication, and now I just,
It's good to hear, man. That's good to hear.
Yeah, it's great to hear. And, like I said, a lot of people, that know me and, they watch my show or they know me because they've seen me announce fights. They that pizza?
No, I think, I'm not sure who's here, man, honestly.
It's the doorbell. I'm like, it's a pizza. Hey, yeah, whoever it is, just bring them on your show. Maybe it's the cops.
How you doing, man?
How's it going?
Doing pretty good, man. I don't want to waste too much of your time. My name is Dorian. I'm with Vivid.
Okay.
Not sure if you see some of these bad boys around town.
I haven't.
Well, I'm just the cameraman. One up front, one out back. Obviously live in a really safe neighborhood. I've just been hearing from some of the neighbors, just a couple guys checking cars at night, nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
So maybe a good fit for you, might not be. I'm totally cool either way.
Okay.
The reason why I'm knocking on your door today, man, is because we come out here once a year with technicians.
Yeah.
And we're able to give away that free doorbell camera. And take care of all the upfront fees. I'll actually just show you how it works real quick.
I'm actually doing an interview. Do you care to come back tomorrow?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'll still be here tomorrow.
What time will be good?
Around the same time?
Same time?
Yep.
All right, sounds good, man.
All right.
See ya.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
What was he trying to sell you? A doorbell camera?
I think so. He said all the neighbors were complaining, but I don't know. This is a pretty decent neighborhood. I don't believe him.
All the neighbors were complaining about that's just a sales line. That guy's a schmuck. You should have just told him you're not interested. Now you got to deal with them again tomorrow because you told him to come back.
My training schedule's a little different tomorrow. I won't be here.
Yeah, but you can't leave it so Cassie has to deal with them.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Oh man,
she can take care of people like that a lot better than I can. I'm a lot nicer than she is.
You guys just got back together, dude. Don't fuck it up already, bro. By making
if that was her, as soon as she answered the door, she'd be like, "No, thank you, go away." I'm too nice for it. He'll have me in here selling me stuff.
I thought it was gonna be a Jehovah's Witness. I was gonna just fucking bust out laugh. I was gonna go, oh my god. I was gonna be like, turn the camera on him. Turn the camera on him.
Yeah, right. And you could tell how uncomfortable he was because he could tell I was doing something and he was still trying to do his job.
I like how you dropped it. I'm doing an interview right now.
Yeah, right. Get out of here, man. Come on.
I'm on TV, bro. Leave me the fuck alone.
Oh, it's funny.
Oh man. But anyway, like I was saying, man, I'm just so glad that your personal life is ordered because everything else will fall back in line the way you want it to. I see my man Cleveland Mclean in the green room, bro. We'll be with you in just a minute, sir. So stand by. He's like a week late. He got busy last week, and
I seen where you posted him. We used to be signed to the same management team, so I know Cleveland a little bit.
Oh, you know Cleveland?
Yeah,
like you've met him and known him.
He was signed with Pat too for a while. I'm not sure if they still are or not. I'm not sure.
But like I'm saying, you've spoken to him and.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we met over in TKO, and now we're Facebook friends. And
well, shit. Now I'm gonna bring him in right here with you.
There we go.
Cleveland Mclean.
What's up? How everybody doing?
Good, man. How you doing, son? So do you know Nate?
Yeah, we fought in the same car, TKO in Canada.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he won the belt that fight.
Yeah, I think I fought Jesse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Are you still with Pat? I haven't heard.
Nah.
Somebody else.
Moved on. Who you with now?
I'm with nobody.
You with Cleveland?
Yes, sir.
All right, real quick. Nate, before I let you go, if you want to give everybody your social media so they can keep up with you and follow you. And I'll tell you guys, and Forrest is watching. Forrest will attest to this. Nate's one of the guys in the UFC that responds to people when they talk to him on social media. I think even if he becomes a big superstar, which I predict he will, because he's got a really bright future, I still think he'll respond. It might take him a day or two longer because more people will be wanting to talk to him, but he'll get back to you. So for you guys that like to get involved with the fighters, and you want to talk to guys that are in the UFC because you support it and you love it, definitely follow Nate on social media wherever he tells you to follow him, and he's going to tell you right now you should write this shit down. Don't fuck it up because you're going to miss the baby announcement. You're going to miss the fucking gender reveal. You don't want to miss all that good shit because Nate be talking about it. And you want to make sure that you go get Nate's fight picks every fucking week when there's a fight. And whatever he picks, whatever he picks, you pick the opposite.
Yes,
that's right. And he tells you that himself. He puts it on post. He goes, "Here's my fight picks. You all should just pick the opposite, and you'll win
every time."
So give me your
this Saturday, and you see what happens, man. I don't know.
I picked Gaethje this Saturday too. I also picked Ferguson.
Yeah, man, it was tough. That's not Ferguson a good bet. Never night's a good betting night for me, but I try hard.
Are you gambling on these nights, or you're just doing this for fun?
My picks are usually pretty decent, but as soon as I put $1 on somebody, it's downhill from there. I don't know what it is. I posted something the other day. I told Khabib to come back and see what would happen to him when I place a bet. He don't want to try it. There's a lot of power in my bets, man.
Oh, that's so awesome, man. Well, listen, brother, I appreciate taking that. Wait, give your social media, and then I'll say goodbye to you.
Yeah. Nate Maness on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I'm pretty active on Facebook if you really want the best content that I provide. Can I shout out a few sponsors?
You can shout out whoever the fuck you want, bro.
Yeah. These are some of my newer sponsors. Strong Realty Team, Herbalife Nutrition, JJ's Pizza Pub, Elite Flash Performance, Darren Bronner, Attorney at Law, and Morganfield CrossFit. Appreciate all you guys for giving me the opportunity to do this full time. And thank you for having me on, Chris.
I'm always going to have you on, dude. You're definitely part of my MMA, my combat sports family, man, and we're going to keep up with you your whole career, win, lose, or draw. Even if you quit fighting and you become a postal worker, I'll still have you on the show. We'll just talk about shit in the post office. Probably more entertaining than some of the fight talk we get to have sometimes, because
I'm sure
shit gets real in the post office. So, Forrest said, by the way, if you ever need help on your picks, just hit him up and he'll supply you with the picks that you need so you can make some money.
Fair enough. I need to.
You got a baby coming, so
Yeah.
Well, listen, brother, you enjoy the rest of the night. Give my love from myself and my wife to Mrs. Maness. We'll tell her how happy we are for both of you guys for everything that you've gone through, and that you're going to go through some shit now when that baby comes up.
No, man.
You don't even
I'm ready
know.
for it, I guess. I signed up.
But that's awesome, man. Congratulations on all the successes. And when you can announce, let me know, because I want to try to jump out there before everybody else gets the news out there.
Yeah, as soon as I find out, I'll let you know for sure. I'll send you a
text.
text.
Also, one more thing. I need you to do me a favor. Mm-hmm. When you get off the show with me, take your phone, turn it this way, sideways, and make a video of yourself saying, "Hey, this is UFC bantamweight Nate Maness, and you're watching Cage Side with Christopher James," and do it with some pop. Because I want to include it in, in between show breaks, and maybe have you open up the show, I need some pop. I'm going to get Cleveland to do it too. He don't know that yet. He listened to shit. I forgot. He's right there. Listen, enjoy the rest of your night, man. God bless you and the family, and good luck with the doorbell salesman tomorrow.
All right, you too, man. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Be well, bro. Bye.
Take it easy, my man.
Yep.
Oh, man, I love that dude, man. He's come down to Florida a couple times. We've gone out to eat a couple times. Him and his wife come down there for their anniversary. Anyway, boys and girls, joining us on the show right now, I've known this man for quite some time. He is a Combat Night OG. If you don't know what an OG is, you can't even stay on my show. Get out. I don't even want to talk to you. He's a Combat Night OG. He's a rising prospect. His name is Cleveland Mclean. He's coming off a big head kick victory that it wasn't as fucking cool as, Michael Chandler and Tony Ferguson the other night, because that shit was just crazy. But that knockout you landed, bro, and we're going to talk about it in a few minutes. That shit was fire, bro. I watched that thing like fucking 150 times, dude. I just kept going back and like rolling it back on the stream, going jing, 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 just watching, dude. You couldn't have planned that better. But before we get into all that, let's get caught up with Cleveland Mclean, because this is the first time you're on the show, and thank you for doing this tonight.
Thanks
A
for
lot of
having
people
me.
that are watching, of course, man. It takes me time to get to some people sometimes, and I don't ever forget people. And I go, I got to get this guy in the show. I got to get this guy in the show. And then I get busy, and then fucking I forget, and then I remember, and then I forget, and then I remember, and then I see something pop up and go, fuck, I got to get him on the show now. Fucking, and I made sure I got you on the show. Tell us what's been going on with Cleveland Mclean, just overall in life, what you got going on, and this is even though we're out of it, since I haven't had you on the show, tell me how the pandemic affected your life, when it first came through, because I just got to know. And, and just tell us what you're up to, what's going on, if you got a full-time job and all that shit, are you able to fight full-time right now? Give us some insight.
Yeah, since the pandemic, I've been training full time. Actually. I haven't worked since the pandemic.
That's nice.
I wouldn't say it was a blessing, but yeah, I got lucky a little bit.
Sponsors?
Something like that.
That's cool. Hey, man, whatever works, man. But if you can concentrate as a fighter on just fighting, not to worry about anything else, that's a blessing. And to be able to do it at your stage of the game, where there's guys like Nate that was just on the show, that there's guys in the UFC right now that still have full-time jobs because they can't afford to train full-time, and they have to have a regular career while they have their fight career, and that makes it hard on them. And so the fact that you're able to do that right now and you haven't hit the big league yet, that's a bonus, dude. That's going to help you out as you continue, grow your career up the ladder here. So, tell everybody what got you into fighting in the first place.
I used to wrestle. And I was working at a gas station, and one of my old teammates named Justin Wilkins, he kept coming inside the gas station like, yo, you got to try this MMA out. You got to try this MMA out. He came for like 2 months. Eventually, like, oh, yeah, all right, I'm going to try it. And I went to one practice. I was like, yo, I like this. And I just kept going. I never stopped.
And, you started training, but when you started training, did at that point, just train, did you know you wanted to be a fighter, or were you just digging the training and what got you to say, you know what, I got some big balls. I'm going to go take me an amateur fight and see what this shit's all about for real.
So at first I was like, yo, this is like wrestling. So I just kept doing it. Then so I trained for like 5 months. Then I moved to Coconut Creek. And then I trained there for like, how long did I stay in Coconut Creek? For like 6 months. Then I moved back to North Carolina. I had to move back to North Carolina because the guy I was renting a room from, he got in a car accident and passed away, whatever. So I had nowhere to stay because I have proof of income and stuff like that. So I had to move back to North Carolina. When I moved back to North Carolina, like 2 or 3 months later, I took my first fight. So it took me about a year though, because I started training in like January, and I didn't take my first fight until like December.
Right. But what was that feeling like going into that first fight? Were you nervous? Were you scared? And if you say no, you're full of shit, because everybody nervous and scared in the first fight. And it's okay. You're supposed to be. You don't know what the fuck's really about until you get in there.
I would say I was nervous a little bit, but like once the bell rings, I don't get nervous anymore. Until this day, like I get nervous a little bit, like walking to the cage and stuff. But like once the bell rings, you ready to go? Hey, yeah. Let's get it.
No, you're supposed to have some nerves going in. That just lets you remind yourself that you're a human being. If you don't have nerves going in, there's something wrong. You should go to the doctor, get your head checked out, because you're going in to do something that there's not a lot of people, we know, you know a bunch of fighters. I know a bunch of fighters. So in our lives, it's normal that people just go out and fight. But in the real world, there's not a lot of people that do what you do. There's more today than there was yesterday, but there's still, a minuscule number. So to have nerves about it, it's natural. You're supposed to. So it's okay. And even if you get a little scared, but like you said, once you get into the ring or the cage, whichever one you're fighting in, And that bell ring, it's time to go to work, and all that other stuff gets blocked out. Do you hear the crowd when you're fighting? Do you hear any of that stuff in the crowd?
Oh
People
yeah,
yelling and cheering?
I can hear everything. I can literally hear everything.
Does it
Like I can
bother
hear my
you? Does it
coaches. No,
distract you?
actually, I feel like it helps me because I can hear my coach like clear as day. I can hear my coach clear day, and I can hear like their coach clear day. I can hear everything, but it don't
That's
bother me
cool.
at all.
One of your fans out there, Debbie Jean, said, "Woohoo! The champ is here." She's watching the show. She loves you. So where are you now?
Orlando. I'm at the
Orlando.
house. Yes,
Well, I
sir.
just want to make sure, if you weren't, running around all over the place, doing shit, So you're settled in Orlando now for good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
You like
got the
Orlando?
I think they got the best so far as like MMA wise.
Who you training with?
I train at Fusion XL.
I know that. I just wanted you to say it out loud.
Hold on, man. I gotta ask a question. What's up with that bottle?
Oh, it's Mountain Dew. So this is a green screen behind me.
Okay. So okay.
Like I got this green rag right here, and I can just.
Okay. I like that. I was looking at the bottle when you were drinking earlier. I was like, what's with that bottle?
Yeah, because it's Mountain Dew. It's green. So there's my water. Water looks normal, but next to the Mountain Dew bottle, because the Mountain Dew bottle is green, so it picks up the green screen background shit that's coming off the camera. It's kind of funny. I didn't notice that the first time I was doing a show with the green screen, and I was like, I looked at it and I was like, that's fucked up. If I turn it this way, you can see it says Mountain Dew, but that's all you can see. You can't see anything else. You can't see anything. It just blends right in. So it's kind of funny. So you have the opportunity to train with some really high level, world class athletes at Fusion. You got Mike Perry, you got Julian Williams, who's the head coach over there. You got Phil Rowe, and Jacques Ray's over there. Who's in London right now fighting in Bellator?
Lyoto Cheetah.
Yeah, Lyoto, and he's trained there. I know Julian's over there with him this week. How blessed do you feel that you get to train with some of these big names? I know Alex comes in there and trains, and Hannah comes in there and trains. So you're training with people that have either been there or are there. You know what I'm saying, in the UFC or Bellator or someplace. How blessed do you feel that you get to do that every day?
I'm very blessed because I get to see what they do and like what I need to do to get to the next level.
Do you get to train, like get some mat time with these guys?
Most of those guys are pretty big, so I don't really train with them too much. Every now and then I go with them. Every now and then.
Who's been the toughest guy for you to go with out of all those guys I mentioned?
Oh man, they all tough in different ways. Like,
well, I know, but
Mike Perry is just like, even with his soft punches, they hurt. Just
yeah.
And I know he's not trying. He's not trying to hurt me, but I know it's like, yo, if he would have put some power behind that, I would have went night. And Phil got his reaches like crazy
sick
reach. So yeah, same thing with Spartan, because Spartan big, so he got reach. And
what about rolling? You roll with Phil? Phil likes to brag on his ground game. You ever get to roll with Phil? Because he's a long, lean son of a gun.
I never got a chance to roll with him.
Hey, by the way, guys, you're watching Cage Side with Christopher James. We are live tonight here at the Cage Side Studios. I'm talking with rising prospect Cleveland Mclean, training out of
Fusion XL.
That's right, man.
Yes, sir.
Don't forget this weekend, it's Game Bred Fighting action in Biloxi. It's a big fight night. Alan Belcher's going to be on the card, Frank Gore, and the return of Devin Cushing. Island Fight 72 live in Pensacola, May 28th. Guys, just read the screen on the bottom. It's scrolling down there to give you the information. I'll be in Biloxi this weekend announcing for Game Bred Promotion. I'll be in Pensacola on the 28th announcing Island Fights. It's fucking awesome. Happy to get back inside a ring and announce some fights. We're talking with Cleveland Mclean. Like I said, he's a fighter out of Fusion XL in Orlando. And so let's talk about your last fight. Let me pull this up here real quick. Hang on a second. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. I lost what I was looking for. So a couple weeks back now, you fought Jacob Silva at Fury FC 60. And 15 seconds of round number 2, the head kick KO from hell, brother. Take us through that moment because that was fucking dope, bro.
I was trying to land it. Like I watch his videos and I noticed like he put his right hand down whenever he throw his jab. The right hand come down. So in the first round, you watch the first round, I tried to land it a couple of times. I missed. So when I came out of the second round, I had to come out more and more relaxed. Because the first round I was trying to take his head off. So my coach like, I need to relax. So I came to the second round relaxed and I landed the kick.
How good did that kick feel, bro?
Afterwards, it felt good, but when I landed, I didn't feel nothing at all. It's just like I landed the kick and I looked like, oh shit, he's on the ground.
But you knew it was over right there when you landed that kick. There was no doubt about it in your mind.
I could tell how he felt. That was like, okay, I don't even need a punch anymore. That's why I looked back at the ref. Was like, all right.
Would you consider that the highlight win of your career?
That or the one I got another knockout, but that knockout ended up on ESPN top plays of the week. So I got like number 3 or number 2 top plays of the week.
Who did you knock out?
What's his name? Demetrius. I forgot. I was fighting for Titan FC. His name is Demetrius. Was it
Desmond?
Desmond Moore. Yeah.
Was it a knee knockout?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Desmond Moore. You did that 59 seconds in round 1, and you know that was also a pretty ugly boom. Forrest, did you just look at the video, Forrest? He just put, oh shit, he got knocked the fuck out. Yeah, he did. Oh man, I love it. So did you sign with these guys? Are you on a multi-fight contract with these guys, or did you just do a one-off?
I'm on a multi-fight contract with Fury FC.
So how many more fights are on that contract?
I think it's a year contract, 4 fights in a year.
4 fights or a year, whichever comes first?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So do they have something else lined up for you yet?
Hopefully. Julian trying to see what happens with the UFC, if I need to fight one more time or if I can go to the contender or fight short notice. But if not, I'll be fighting June 26th.
June 26th for Fury.
Yeah. I haven't got the contract yet, but I'm supposed to fight Eric Shelton.
Okay.
Which I'm pretty excited about that because he's like ranked number 40 in the world or something like that. So that's a fight I need. Yeah,
no doubt. You need guys that are above you to fight you so you can take their shine, you know, and elevate yourself. But you just mentioned the Contender Series. Is that a real possibility for you this summer?
I believe so. That's the game plan.
Yeah, I would love to see you there. I think you can do big things there. You know, like I said, I watched you fight, you know, for you know, a few years now. It's not like I just saw you for the first time. You know, and you've been working hard and grinding. Every time I see you, even some of the losses you've had, I've seen improvement in your game. You know, sometimes it doesn't always come together in a fight, but you're one of those dedicated cats that's really, you know, working, you know, because you want something. And, you know, from what I know of you, you're not going to quit till you get where you want to go. So that's you know, I didn't know the Contender Series was this close for you at this point. I figured you needed a couple more wins before that would happen. But if Julian can make it happen, fuck yeah, dude, go out there and fucking rock the shit out of those fuckers in Vegas, bro.
Yeah. So after I won not my last fight, I just won one before that. They said I needed one more fight, so we'll see.
Oh, the Contender said that.
Yeah.
Before you won your last fight?
Yeah. They said I need one good fight, so we'll see what happens. So I got a good knockout. So
I was gonna say that's a pretty good way.
And Silva, he was on the Contender Series twice, so
right.
I don't think he ever got finished except for that submission, but that was
but now you knocked him out, so that should be a nice feather in your cap, brother.
Yeah.
So, you know, let me ask you this, you know, because you said Contender Series, so obviously, you know, the UFC, you know, when you ask a fighter in the regional scene, you know, what they want, you know, they all say the UFC. But over the last couple of years, some guys are saying they want PFL because if they can figure out a way to get into a tournament in PFL, you know, it's $1 million payday at the end of the year, which would be more than you would probably make in your first year in the UFC. You know,
That's very true.
that definitely true. I don't think anybody's going to make $1 million their first year in the UFC unless it's somebody like, Justin Gaethje, who came over as a world champion, or Michael Chandler, who came over as a champion from another big organization. But somebody like yourself isn't going to go in there and be able to command $1 million. Kind of sucks, but that's just the reality of the game, and you know this already. So what about if PFL came knocking and they want to, put you in there and make you an alternate for the tournament in your weight class, which, I think every year at least one alternate has made it onto the show because of an injury, after a fight or something. So there's good odds. So would you look at that and, ride that train over a UFC deal, or would the UFC be where you would rather be?
I definitely take the opportunity. I'd take any opportunity that's presented to me and see what happens. If that's the opportunity I have to take right now, I take that opportunity right now and go to the UFC later.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of guys have done that. They've gone to Bellator first, like Michael Chandler. He's a perfect example. He went to Bellator, became a champion. Ben Askren, Bellator, became a champion. Went to one and became a champion, and then he came to the UFC. He didn't do as great as a lot of people wanted him to do, but he still, he ended up in the UFC. Probably the only guy that everybody wanted to see end up in the UFC that never ended up there was Fedor.
Yeah, that's the one I really wanted to see.
I know he was a really good fighter, and he had a run where he fought the top guys of his era. But there's also a lot of fighters on there that nobody ever heard of. That even though his record's big, a lot of these guys were nobodies. So I don't consider him the greatest heavyweight. I think he's one of the best to ever do it. I just don't think he's the greatest heavyweight. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just don't like the guy. I don't fucking know. But he always brought the crowd. People came out to see Fedor. The last emperor. But I think some people will always tarnish his legacy because he he never came to the UFC. And that's the ultimate proving ground. You have to fight in the UFC. To say you fought the best in the world.
Yeah.
So that's why the goal is that. I don't ever hear guys saying I want to go to Bellator. I mean, if Bellator comes calling and nobody else does, most guys will go. But I don't ever hear a fighter saying, I want to go to Bellator. I want to go to the UFC, and now some guys saying, I want to go to PFL because of the financial gains that you can make at PFL. If you were a featherweight girl and you could fight, you go to PFL and be in the $1 million tournament this year. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Because you don't have it, or 155, I'm sorry. If you were a 155-pound girl, you can go to PFL and be in the $1 million tournament because there are no 155-pound girls. And Kayla Harrison is just getting fed a bunch of other girls that aren't going to be able to compete with her. So she's probably going to win that tournament for the third time in a row. $3 million just from winning the tournament.
That's gotta be good. That's gotta be like.
And I'm not bagging on her, but she's really fighting girls that aren't on her level because there aren't any on her level in her weight class. She's fighting at lightweight. So, maybe you need to go 155 and tell everybody you're a girl. Just go fight Kayla. Get that payday, son. I'm sorry, daughter. So, what do you do for fun when you're not training and you're not fighting? What's Cleveland do to relax and have some fun and break the cycle of a fighter's mind, because you have to do that in order to enjoy life.
Oh man, I like to play Apex whenever I can, whenever I get time. I play Apex, and that's about it. I play Apex, and I watch a lot of boxing and kickboxing. I watch a lot of combat sports. That's what I like to do. That's what I like doing my fun time. I like to watch boxing, kickboxing. I watch MMA to see what I need to do to get better. I'm constantly studying. That's what I do to get better.
Well, that's what you do to have fun, and that helps you.
That too.
That's awesome.
That's just me.
So that's it. There's nothing outside. So you play Apex, a video game, and you watch fights. And that's it.
Yeah.
You got to get out a little more. You got to experience a little more life, son.
I figure all that out once I accomplish these goals, man. Once I accomplish these goals, then I figure all that stuff out. I can't do that right now while I'm still trying to get to the UFC and do all these other stuff. And I can't. I need to focus on once I get in UFC, get my foot in the door, or my foot in a big promotion. Then I can worry about doing other stuff. And so my mind is focused on one thing. I gotta I gotta go. Like I really I feel like I'm gonna be a world champion. So that's what I'm focusing on. That's my fun. That's
All
my
right,
fun.
man. Yeah, just don't forget to once in a while just stick your head out the window and smell the world. It's nice out here sometimes, you know what I'm saying, man? So,
I feel you.
don't miss out on it. I'm not telling you to go crazy and find like, some crazy, other habit, but you live in Orlando, there's a lot of fun things to do in Orlando, maybe take a day and go to Disney or go to Universal and just ride some coasters.
I've never been to Disney.
What?
Yeah. I've been to
Shit.
Universal, but no, I haven't been to Disney yet.
Dude, how can you live in Orlando and not go to Disney World, bro?
I don't know. It's just not like it's nothing. I'm like, yo, I want to go to Disney. It's more or less when I say I want to go to Disney because a female was like, oh, I would like to go to Disney. And then I'm like, okay, we can go to Disney type shit. But it's not like something I want to do. It's not something I don't know. It's just not something I.
No, you gotta want to go to Disney, dude. Disney is such a cool dude. You know what? Fuck the girl. You and me gonna go to Disney, bro. We gonna go to Disney and cut up. We're gonna have some fun.
Okay,
Hey, you know what we'll do? I'm gonna get Phil and Mike and Alex. I'm gonna talk to Julia, and we're gonna plan a Fusion Excel field trip to Disney World. Just the boys.
That would be sick. That'd
be fun. We'll all go together. We'll see if we can get a whole group of us to go, and I'll come over there. We'll take some videos. It'll be a fun day. I'm all in. So. Tell everybody how they can keep up with you on social media. So, for those that don't know you, we got to grow that media presence for you.
Instagram at WavyCam, WavyCam26. My Twitter is Baby Beast Mode 26, I believe. And my Facebook is Cleveland Mclean.
That's it. So what's Wavy Cat? What's that all about?
Wavy Cam.
Wavy Cam.
Yeah, that's my initials.
Ah, Wavy Cam?
Yeah, CAM.
Yeah, but what's wavy?
Wavy is like, okay, wavy is like, oh, okay, how to explain this? It's like, I don't know, it's like an attitude or something you have. You see somebody, you could tell, like, it's like kind of like being cool or kind of like groovy or something like that. Like, okay, that guy's right there. He's cool. He's wavy,
All right. Yeah. I had a note because I was like, where'd you come up with that Instagram handle? I was like wondering. So that's cool. So yeah, for you guys out there, follow him. I see him on Facebook a lot. I don't even look at my Instagram enough, and I probably need to do that more. But and get on his Twitter. He is Baby Beast Mode. I like the nickname. It's unique. It's fun. I dig it. And it fits, you're one of the smaller guys, but you still got beast mode, but you're not as big as Phil or as Alex. So it kind of, it works out well, dude. I like it a lot. Who came up with that for you? Was that you or somebody else?
Trick McDade did. I was training at Longwood.
Trent McDade.
Yeah.
I love that cat, dude. He's a trip.
Yeah. I had dreads, and he was like, you remind me of a small Marshawn Lynch. I'm gonna call you Baby Beast Mode. I'm like, all right, let's run with it. And so we ran with it, and it stuck.
All right, so I'm gonna give one question to you from the crowd that's watching. If you could fight anyone dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Ooh, if I can fight anybody?
Anybody, dead or alive?
Demetrius Johnson. Because he's
Mouse.
The best. Yeah, he's the best, and he fights in my weight class.
That's it. I had a feeling that was going to be your answer. Well, because I know how much you know the history and you respect the sport and you want the best, and at 125 he was the best forever. I know he lost his belt to Henry Cejudo, but nobody's going to touch his record, title defenses. I don't think so.
Yeah, he defended like 12 times.
And, John Jones could have if he had stayed at light heavyweight, but I can't wait to see John Jones come back this summer as a heavyweight.
I just want to see him. I don't care where he come back, heavyweight, light heavyweight. I don't care. I just want to see him fight. I just want to see him back.
I used to be the biggest John Jones supporter, through all the shit that he's gone through, situation he put himself in. But after the last thing, I just say, man, I got to back off that. I still want to see John Jones fight, but I don't advocate for him as much as I used to because it's too much work.
Yeah.
And I hope he just keeps his nose clean and he just comes back and fights and doesn't get into any more trouble, no more situations, no more controversy. Because I'd like the man to have a peaceful life. You know what I'm saying? And that's just, if he never fights again, I don't give a shit, honestly, as long as he has a peaceful life for the rest of his life and doesn't have any more shit. I'd be happier for him to have that than to win a heavyweight championship. Because
Yeah, I'm okay with that too.
Because one, like I was telling Nate, he went through some trials and tribulations. Him and his lady were splitting up, and then they figured out how to work it out, get back together. They just bought a house. They're having a baby. Everything is going right for him. And, you have to have, if you have a personal life, if you have a partner, a relationship, all those ducks have to be in a row for you to have the success outside of your relationship. So if your relationship and all that life stuff is all rocky, you can't succeed the way you should in any other area of your life because you got this big distraction hanging over your head. So you don't seem to have those distractions. You don't, you're not worried about the ladies right now. You're not worried about this, that, or the other thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure if a lady comes over and wants to, hang out with Cleve, she might get lucky.
I got a girl, so that's I don't have to worry. I don't have to check.
Oh, you got a girl. All right, good. So that's something you hang out with your girl for fun.
Yeah.
All right, see, we're getting somewhere. All right, good. I feel better now. I was worried about you. You were just living like a monk and shit, bro.
Oh, no, it's nothing like that. Nothing like that.
Like, I was like, man, the guy got to go out and have some fun. He's young, he's good looking, fucking, he can kick people's ass. Go out and have a little fun, meet a girl, have a good time, but you got your girl, so I'm glad. Well, listen, man, I appreciate you taking the time, man. I'm happy for the success you're finding. I hope this summer, you get that big life-changing phone call, whether it's a Contender Series or another big organization to, sign you to a contract. And, if not, before June 26th, we'll watch you fight it for you again. And you go out there and get another big win, and then maybe that phone call comes. Maybe it comes before, like you said, your last-minute call. I know you're ready to go. You stay in shape so you don't have to get ready.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Of course, man. We'll definitely have you on again. I'm going to put you on my regular list of people to get on, and we're going to try to help get people to know you. So when you get to someplace, they ain't surprised. They'll be like, "Oh, we knew Cleveland was going because we've been watching him." Okay, that's what I want for you. So appreciate you, man. Good luck to you. God bless, man. Have a wonderful night, and don't stay on the video game too long.
Thank you. You have a great one.
You too, man. Be good. Boys and girls, that was Cleveland Mclean, man. What a show tonight, man. We had Nate Maness. We had Jay Jackson. We just had Cleveland Mclean, all three good guys. I hope you enjoyed it. We talked about the fights at the beginning of the show. And that's it. I appreciate you guys taking the time to be part of my life today and for allowing me to be a part of your lives. Even for a little while, it truly means the world to me, and I'll never be able to put it into words, but just know it's right here in my heart. But that's it, boys and girls. So until next time, which will be next Monday night. Oh, wait, before I tell you that. Again, let me remind you, this weekend, I'll be in Biloxi, Mississippi, announcing for Game Bread Promotions, action in Biloxi. It's a boxing-heavy card, but we do have MMA on there as well. It's going to be live at the Biloxi Community Center. I will give you the details on how to watch it later on this week. I'm not sure the streaming platform yet, but it will be streaming somewhere. I can almost guarantee that. And you're going to want to watch, man. Alan Belcher's on the card, former NFL player. Frank Gore's on the card. For those of you that follow boxing closely, you know of a guy named Devin Cushing. Devin Cushing is making his return. We are excited to see him come back. It's been a couple of years, but he's ready, and I can't wait to see him return. Like I said, that's this Saturday in Mississippi. Game Bread Promotions presents Action in Biloxi. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to get there. I'll be there Friday for the weigh-ins. So that's it on that end. Don't forget Island Fight 72, Pensacola Bay Center, May 28th. We got a great card coming up in there as well. So over the next 2 weeks, over the next 3 weeks, whatever it is, I'll be out of town for a couple of fight events. Man, I'm excited. Can't wait to get back to action. And that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves tonight. Thanks again for being here. We'll see you again next time. Until then, I am Christopher James. Y'all have been K-Side. Good night, everybody.
What happens if you lose, Nick?
Who the hell's Aquaman?
I get Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles, I get sausage biscuits. Maybe you guys will see a little footage of that later on because we got some good stuff.
Go with the deuces. There you go, baby.